Okay. Okay, let's get this started. Want to be frank. For the start of this stream, I mean, I could have just made a video, to be fair, but I need to. I've missed a few weeks, and I think you can tell by now. The which that just for preparedness sakes. As you can see, the webcam's been turned off. I've been having a rough time recently. Forgot to unplug that. As you can tell, possibly, the mic quality might be different. I am using a headset instead of my microphone. What happened to my microphone? Well, my computer decided to eat the USB cable. So, with the fact that I decided to eat the USB cable, I can't use that mic connector. And because of that, I cannot have my webcam. Sadly. There we go. Grab all that. Now, I know I'm not as potentially energetic. And that's because of just everything that could have, has.
Well, good work. That reminds me of an old joke. What do Pegasi like to eat? Flapjacks! Well, thanks for your help. I'd feel much better, though, if I were able to lock the air. I left my keys in. Could you recover the stable keys from the hobgoblin who took them? When you get them, bring them back to me.
But yeah, I'm just as much as I want, I enjoy doing these live streams. My brain, I'm dealing with a minor headache, which is why I don't have webcam on, because I'm currently sitting in darkness with very limited light, and my monitors are actually dimmed to somewhat help. So, I'm going to go as long as I can, but I have no clue how long that's going to be. Normally, I try to go for 2 hours, but it could just be an hour. Part of it is still some residual anger at myself. Again, I know that there was nothing I could have done to really fix the microphone issue, so it still falls onto me because I should have done a better job. Let's just negate that weakness. Oh, I don't need damaging spells. I just need, you know, Chip of Fools. If not that, then I just need... If not Chip of Fools, then I'll just need the, other one. Deer Knight. Mordred. Talk about luck. Hi. But yeah, the personal update is I'm now having to use a headset mic instead. And I've done some testing with the mic, so I know it's some good quality. It's just not as good as my microphone was. Not enough damage. That's stupid minus 25. I swear at times this game hears what I'm saying. I swear that's the case. Dear Knight alone will kill them, but I swear that's the case. That this game hears what I say, casts weakness, on me when I bring up the word weakness. I mean, it's just the goblin army from Terraria. Also, today's not a normal day. I would be live streaming, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to pop into the chat. Which I don't even have the... I have the chat popped out. I don't even have it open on my second screen. Man, I'm just dropping the ball everywhere today.
You've done it. Thanks to you, the area will be secure. When the goblin horde first arrived, I did some scouting. The goblins sprung from a magical portal down the street. You should take a look at it and tell Groundskeeper Vern.
Again, it's just the goblin army from Terraria.
You examine the magic portal. You should describe it to Groundskeeper Vern. Maybe he's figured out where those plants came from by now.
Black Lotus. Yep, dungeon. Figured it would be. Case. I also remember last stream I went off on and talked about how the school is basically a this school anyway is more of a direct rip of King's Isle, not King's Isle, of Wizard City, with a lot of flaws to the teachers. Power of the Elephant. Yep.
Those plants you collected for me earlier were listed as native to the world known as Weirwood. If the goblins are coming through a magic portal, a student from Weirwood came to the tournament. Beatrice, maybe you can ask her if she knows anything about this magic portal. I'd hate to think she was responsible, but best to check.
And Weirwood is in a world. Weirworld is... They also spelt it wrong.
What's that? A magic portal? From my world? It can't be!
No, I'm thinking of the wild from Avalon.
From what you describe, the plant is wild viridian. It grows native to Weirwood, where I come from. The goblins like to use it as a seasoning, so they plant it wherever they go. If it's here on Wisteria, a goblin portal is dangerous to meddle with, but I know we'll need some ingredients for the incantation, and those can be found in the Merchant Street, here in Pigswick Academy.
How convenient.
Here's a list of ingredients.
Beatrice copies a list of ingredients from her spell book and gives it to you. Some of these items seem a little strange.
Again, how convenient that the merchants happen to sell all the required ingredients. Part of me thinks this is a cooking recipe versus an actual portal closing spell.
A spindle of enchanted thread, spun from fog and spiderweb? I have that right here.
I'm sorry, are we talking Alice in Wonderland for Weird World? I don't have to pay attention to the, this response.
A crystal? Made of the dried tears of a cyclops? Those are on special this week.
Okay, that one didn't rhyme. Joffrey. Of course we have to go talk to a guy named Joffrey.
Rainbow ink from a sky squid. You're in luck. The shipping from Imperia just came in.
Yeah, that's a nice little name drop for Pirate 101. And here as well, because Imperia... No, that would be Polaris. Imperia... We haven't seen Imperia. I thought Polaris.
Some adamant metal filings? Sure, I have that laying around. I usually throw it back in the kiln to melt again.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of running around on these talk quests because they tend to go on forever. I didn't know Pigswick had a pet store. 1 second.
A flask of breath caught from a night gaunt. I'm pretty sure I have one somewhere. You're welcome to it.
Ah, they have a Myth-Treant. Okay, I didn't know they had a Myth-Treant. There we go, Beatrice.
There, that should do it. Bad news. I looked at my spell book and I realized I have the ingredients for the ritual, but I don't have the incantation.
Great.
They should have a copy of it at the library. I think the librarian is named Hugo Chatterley. Tell him it's of utmost importance.
Hugo. Not early. I'll be right back. Hey, okay, I'm back. Of course, I get back to my computer right as it disconnects me due to inactivity. Brilliant. Okay. We got reboot wizards. Well, that's good to know. So, so apparently for the rest of this month, so for the rest of the month, so the next, what? 3 days, 4 days if you include today. So the next 3 days, Wizard101 memberships are free for the rest of the month. Okay, I wish I saw that earlier. So, yeah, we need to go talk to Hugo, which means I turn that off. Okay, I got the chat pulled up. Got the live stream info pulled up so I could keep an eye on the health. And, you know, analytics data is good. Yeah, I know today's not the normal day I stream, so yeah, I'm not expecting a lot of people in the chat. So if you're new, please say hi. So I just have a wonderful little text box. Actually, you know what? Can I just add that? Oh, I can. Can I shrink that down? I can, so I don't want it that large. So again, it is right under the chat log, so that's fine. There we go. Don't like adding little tweaks like that in the middle of my streams, but it helps get them off my to-do list. Really. Hey, Mr. Chattery.
An incantation to dispel a goblin portal? That's not exactly the sort of spell we let new students... That's in the restricted collection. I speak to Headmistress Crisp. You know, it occurs to me that as a visiting student, you... Rather than chew your ear with a boring lecture, this fine set... Inconveniently, these works are spread throughout Wysteria. So you'll have to keep your eyes open for them.
Yeah, they're not that hard to find. I'll just get them over with. That way I could get see if I could get the storyline better. I know one of them is over here.
Pigswick staffed his academy with instructors drawn from across the spiral, hired for their willingness to relocate.
Okay.
Rather than the dusty, tried and true methods of teaching magic, Pigswick sought new and less traditional approaches.
Okay.
Pigswick students were among the finest of those willing and able to afford the Academy's exceptionally high tuition.
Okay, so it's a private school.
With lenient entry requirements, Pigswick is the primary school for students lacking obvious magic ability.
Exceedingly rich school for the rich people who struggle to use I'm sorry. How many logical leaps did we just make there?
What's this? I send you to help Captain O'Hare, and the next I hear from you, you're talking about dispelling goblin portals? Very well then. I'm getting a clear picture of how Ambrose runs his school. And believe me, it's not a pretty picture.
There's the person who... Yeah, I'm not going.
Take this back to Chatterley and tell him he's to help you to the best of his abilities.
Headmistress Crisp hands you a permission slip for you to access the...
I understand from your Ravenwood transcripts. We have a slight problem here in Pigswick's Merchant Street. Speak with the merchants affected, Oliver Quickneedle, Ophelia Moonreach, and Geoffrey Spellsmith, to find the guilty party.
I wonder, were those the four people I talked to for the ritual requirements? Do you have another quest? You do. I think it's going to be Malfoy who, Can I not be glitched on whatever in... Okay, Chattery, I have...
Excellent. I took the liberty of copying the incantation you need while you use it with...
Hugo Chatterley hands you a strip of parchment paper with the incantation written carefully upon it.
Thank you. And it's like, yeah, you asked me to help. I'm helping. And in case you haven't have missed it, you know, I sort of went and dealt with Rocketopia. What else did I not accept the quest? Whoops. And no bother. Fool's gold is fool's gold is fool's gold. They were a fool to accept the gold. And wait, hold up. How would she have access to, quote-unquote, my... That's a conversation for a later day.
Wonderful. I hope it wasn't any trouble.
No, it just brought up a few concerns.
If you're the only one who has permission to enter, just take the items you should check in with groundskeeper. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I hope.
And that doesn't bode well. Bode with full confidence. Wrong way. Okay, Vern is over here.
you came back? Don't you realize this place is doomed?
Considering you're the one who sent me to go talk to her.
You brought a means of dispelling the magic portal? There is a problem. The final ingredient in the spell, the goblins have spoken fearfully of Lord Graustark. I suspect you should go. Only then can you use the incantation to dispel the portal. Return to me when you have done that impossible deed.
Again, you're the one who sent me to go talk to, you know, Beatrix, for one. Two, I've done, I swear, that word, it travels at snail mail. Around here then, because if it's like, oh, I single-handedly took out Crocopatra and returned, you know, several of their leaders to sanity, if not back to their sarcophagi.
Is it time already for my afternoon snack? I don't remember placing an order for Wizard, but you'll do.
Oh, okay. Or, you know, the fact that I recaptured, really, the most elusive prime boss known to the Spiral. Followed by lastly, followed by anyway, the fact that I saved the Emperor of Mushu from a coma. I'm sorry. Not to mention that I've taken out several. I have stories told of me in Grizzleheim. And yet, people still don't understand who I am. That's just brilliant. I need a death power pip. I swear my character is going to have an ego issue if, in the sense of, they've done so much, yet no one recognizes it. Again, I know that's sort of how the game is written. I get that. And it's just funny to point out. That there would have at least been some, in theory, some notion there would have had to be some notion, anyway, of urgency on the part of the big bad villain, which would be Malistaire, for now. Okay? There had to be some form of foresight from the bad guy that something's not going right, considering he recognized us in Marleybone. And then we ran the first issue we have here is we killed all his minions in Wizard City. He would have been alerted to that. I'll give. Yes, he was given the information he needed and headed to Krokotopia. Which, then again, the information he needed was then stuck behind creatures he didn't raise that the archaeologists accidentally brought back to life. So he had to get in their good grace, and the Marleybonians were then, you know, sent the Book of Death to Marleybone, so he had to break out a master criminal to get around the anti-magic protections to plead with the Emperor of Mushu with us on his heels. He knew we were coming. To then, can one of my spells work, please? Can then put the Emperor in a coma. Steal the key to his homeworld. Leave it behind, and accidentally leave it behind for us to find. Well, not to find, have it return back to the king, who then gives it back to us.
Gleaming gem, shimmering with power.
Let's see what this
must be the soul
lore book
stone.
says.
After his unceremonious dismissal from the Ravenwood School of Magic, Sir Bainbridge Pigswick devised a plan. He would create a school of his own, where his unorthodox and less common philosophy of magic would be taught. Pigswick squandered his inheritance and purchased a deserted, vine-covered city on the world of Wysteria. Where others saw a series of wrecked, vine-choked buildings, Pigswick saw a magnificent school of magical arts.
Okay, so the professors were willing to move. They, I'll give, are very unorthodox. More Black Lotus.
You follow the instructions in the when you finish the incantation, the magic portal vanishes. No more goblins will come through it.
So it's like, okay, you're going and parchment, good resources to have. But again, it's like, and now you've locked yourself in your home world that is in ruins. To do what exactly?
Great tree, you've done it! Lord Graustark will trouble. You should tell Headmistress Crisp the wonderful news. Be proud of what you've accomplished.
Yes, and I'm going to be questioning where she got my transcript, because I don't remember having to submit that for the tournament. And I believe I should be getting paid for this.
What's that? You've impressed me. Maybe you've been able to learn a thing or two about magic, despite your training. Though your aid in the Pegasus Place matter is appreciated, it will not affect your participation in the Speaking of, It is time for you to report to Mrs. Dowager. The first round of magical dueling is about to commence.
Of course. Again, I would like to know how you got my transcript.
Why, hello again. I hope you've had a relaxing
Not
time.
really.
Look at the time. Could you be a dear and help me out? I need you to go. Here is one for...
And now let me just get these over to the competitors, including Malfoy McPig.
The tournament rules? Thank you. It'll be great to... Can you help me with something? I lost my diary. I went to look around.
Why were you on Pegasus Place if I was the only one allowed to enter?
Most excellent. I was concerned about the lack of formalities. I will now meditate on the coming duel. Muda's smile upon you.
Then he should know that I saved the Emperor.
You have my thanks. It is wise for them to enforce rules to this tournament. Best
Okay,
for the safety of
Malfoy
all.
McPig.
Rules? I don't need any stinking rules. I've got this tournament in the bag.
You sure about that? Yeah, I think I'll probably just do an hour stream today. Hey. Not ideal, but...
Thank you. Now that that little matter is out of the way, we can... Before you compete for the Spiral Cup, you should go into the tournament hall and knock on the Spiral Cup. It rings, but now it is time for your first magical duel. Off now, and good luck.
Okay.
The Spiral Cup is missing. How could that be? Maybe Benedict Glendemming knows what has happened.
There you are. I noticed the Spiral Cup was missing. And with the Spiral Cup missing, the tournament will be a mockery. Pigswick Academy will be known as the school that lost the prize. You should inform Mrs. Dowager about this. She will know what to do.
Yeah, I have a feeling that,
The what is what? Do not worry over much. I am certain that if it was taken deliberately, it was undoubtedly the work of someone attempting, even without the cup. The tournament must continue without delay. Please report to Benedict in the tournament hall to start.
surprised he didn't ask me to go talk to Belladonna. I would feel more accurate to go talk to the headmistress about this than the secretary.
Mrs. Dowager is right. The Spiral Cup is but a prize. We will see about finding the cup in due course. You are matched against Kisai Shugenja, our representative. Return here when the duel has a winner. You are matched against...
Call of the Hydra.
Return here when the duel has a winner.
Greetings, O honorable opponent. Though I will defeat you, I hold for you the greatest respect.
Considering that, you're balanced, I shouldn't need more than, like, 2 traps and a blade. But then again, you have weakness, so maybe 2 blades would be helpful. Just a thought. Actually, a feint would be better. And Lord of Night. There, okay, he's doing an ice spell. That's fine. That's damage. I don't care. Damage isn't the problem. It's if he puts a weakness on me, then we have a problem. There we go. Thank you.
You were the worthiest opponent I have yet dueled. I have learned much from this. Master Glendemming awaits word of the outcome of our duel. Could you deliver it to him?
Okay. Oh yeah, the champion doesn't have to go through the tournament. Forgot about that.
You are the victor? I am surprised. Young Shugenja is quite the duelist. Perhaps Diego taught you something after all.
Hey.
On the matter of the disappearance of the Spiral Cup, I have... Congratulations on your victory. You should tell...
Benedict hands you a small sealed pouch with his stamp upon it.
The first round goes to Ravenwood. What's this? A pouch from Glen? It is vitally important that someone tell Headmistress, report to her office, and let her know that we are still searching for it. Please give this pouch to her, and do not open it.
Great. You know that shouldn't, be of a concern whatsoever.
I heard about your victory. But what's this I hear about the Spiral Cup? And what? Benedict Glendemming has sent me a piece of evidence that... Before I make any accusations, I would like you to go to... It is probably in the small dresser you were assigned. Please do fetch it at once.
Yeah, because that just spells that you're accusing me. There.
You searched the dresser for the Ravenwood ring Mr. Lincoln gave you, but it is missing.
It's also been, opened. Before we even got there. Maybe, that's a little bit more key to point out that the ring, that the dresser that the ring was in,
Missing, was it? Exactly as I...
Headmistress Crisp opens the small...
Glendemming claims this was found at the scene of the crime. It seems highly suspicious. Almost too easy? Headmaster Ambrose must wish to regain the Spiral Cup, so I wonder if he is still... Leaving such an obvious clue at the scene of the crime is such a dunder-headed move, even for a student of Ravenwood.
Gee, thank you, lady.
Despite the loss of the Spiral Cup, the tournament will not be stopped, which means you must speak with Master Glendemming and see who you are due to compete with next. Return to me when you have completed your match.
Yeah, again, I would like to know how you got my transcripts. Since I didn't transfer here.
Headmistress Crisp wants to continue the tournament. I have drawn lots to see who you will compete with. This round, speak to her once you get inside the Hall of the Harpy, and begin when you are both ready. The winner must report back to me.
Are you ready to begin? I haven't come all the way from Weirwood to lose this match, so don't expect any mercy.
So that begs the question. A very poignant question. I'll give the students and all that are classist. All the students here are classist. They believe they're superior because they're rich kids. Okay. But, I see a little bit of accidental... I may be looking into this a little too deeply. But, potential accidental racism, I guess, is the best way to put it, in a way. The reason I say that is because the people of Aquila, which is ancient Greece, as bird people, wouldn't...
I thought I had you. Good match, though. Maybe I'll have better... I'm sure Master Glendemming will want to hear the outcome of the duel.
But, Hall of the Harpy... I'm pretty sure calling someone from Aquila a Harpy, or telling them to go to the Hall of the Harpy if they were to compete in this, that would just, you know, annoy them, if not anger them.
You won! Congratulations! Though this does not clear you from suspicion. Report back to Headmistress Crisp in her office. I'm sure she has more questions for you.
How about the fact that I still would like to know where she got my transcript? I know I've made that joke way too many times, and I'll stop. Because there isn't... I mean, I have yet to see any modern... I'm sorry. I don't see any modern-day tech here like a computer or any other way she would be able to get my transcript without me handing it to them.
You've returned with the air of victory about you. Very. If you wish to prove your innocence, go to the tournament hall and inspect the area. See if you can find anything that proves you aren't the culprit.
How about
Return to me with your findings.
How about the alibi of, oh, I don't know, I was dealing with Pegasus Place? When the crime was committed. What would have been funny is if you had to fight Glendemming after you entered here.
You find a few tiny leaves, pieces of bark, and some strands of vine.
Or if this guy accused you of...
Watch out, Wizard. Pigswick folk are cheaters. They'll break the rules whenever they can get away with it.
I think they disabled the cheats. For this area. Because it very much feels different. Tanglewood, I believe, is where we're heading. I was on Pegasus Place, if you recall.
That may have been tracked in by the thief. The clues you found might help us determine the guilty party. Groundskeeper Vern knows all. Maybe he can help you. Take those scraps of plant to Groundskeeper Vern on Pegasus Place and tell me what you learn.
Oh, that you all are classist and potentially slightly racist against the Aquilians? Followed by the fact that your students cheat?
Let me take a look at those. That plant isn't anything native to Wysteria. Ask Professor Drawers outside the Earth classroom. He'll know.
Not native to Wysteria, you say?
Very interesting. Where did you find this, you say?
The, tournament hall?
It looks like the mysterious new growth that overruns all of Tanglewood Way, but there is no pity the street is closed off to all students. The Spiral Cup will never be recovered, and Pigswick will suffer for it. I suggest returning to Headmistress Crisp and telling her that this investigation is at a dead end.
Gee, why do you sound like Cyrus Drake?
No one was able to identify the mysterious pieces of plant?
Actually...
Most suspect. All of us at Pigswick Academy must maintain decor. To the tournament hall with you then, where you must return here when you have completed your duel to continue our investigation into the Spiral Cup's disappearance.
At least I'm getting paid. As I've been going for about 15 minutes over... Ow, 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 ow. Okay, Brain, you win. You win. Okay. You win. You win. Ow, ow. Crap. Ow. Okay. I'm good. Ow. I'm going to end the stream here. Wanted to go for longer, but my brain just said otherwise. So, yeah, the migraine just kicked into high gear. So I will be letting you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. I got a new mic. I don't know how well it went. Leave comments because below saying if I need to tweak anything about my new mic for the time being. Leave a like if you have, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys on the next stream. Hopefully the next stream will be better and I'll be more energized and not having a migraine. I just haven't had a good luck with technology recently. So that's somewhat why I took a little hiatus. But I am back. I am going to work on getting these more regulated or on a regular basis than the haphazard when available schedule that I posted. So, yeah. Hopefully they'll be back on, if not Fridays. They will, it should be on either Friday or Sundays to continue this series. We're almost done. Not level locked yet. And I don't think I'll be able to get 14k experience in the rest of this world. So, with that said, I believe next stream we will be entering Dragonspire proper and level locking again. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next stream.